Hello everyone, Merry Christmas. Today I would like to talk about something unusual, and I have something truly special for all of you who, like me, may have left your Christmas shopping a little bit late. I'm gonna share some last minute Christmas ideas, all made possible with AI. I'm first gonna share the ideas, and then we are going deeper into each of them to understand how to generate them. First of all, we can create some unique design that we can paint or print on shirts, t-shirts, mugs, bags, and so on and so forth. We can then create a nice storybook for kids mainly. We can also create a nice coloring book, again for kids. We can create very nice Christmas cards. And last but not least, we can create very nice wrapping papers for our gift. Okay, let's start with our first gift, which is the customized gift. So for example, if you go into CBTI and then you type something like just Christmas, if you want something Christmas related, you can find very nice pictures or critters in this case, for example, which you can create with Stable Diffusion very easily. And then you can use another tool like Photoshop, for example, for adjusting it. However, I understand that this is not the easiest way of doing it. That's why I found this Laura, which is very nice actually. It's this one, it's T-shirt design Redmond. T-shirt design Laura for SDXL. It works very well, and you can create, you see, all of these sort of graphics, which are very easy to modify with another tool like Photoshop or with Stable Diffusion as well. So I want to try to replicate this design here. So once we have initialized our Stable Diffusion, we just need to copy the generation data from CBTI. We go into our Stable Diffusion and we paste what we just copied. And then we press this little button for moving all of the settings across. I'm going to use Stable Diffusion XL Base 1.0, which is the best so far. Obviously on CBTI, if you want, you can also find some fine-tuned model based on Stable Diffusion XL, which are very good as well. And they have different, more personalized design, I would say. So make sure that the prompt actually has the reference to the LoRa model we want to use, and that has the trigger word. The trigger word is in here, so it's this T-shirt design AF, and you can find it usually in the model description. So in this case, you have trigger words, T-shirt design AF, which is the one that we are using. If you don't see the trigger words, this is one question I get all the time. It's kind of weird because when you train the model, when you fine-tune your model, you should use a trigger word. So most of the time people are just using classes. So if you don't find the trigger word in the model description or in the metadata of the model, try and use the class of what you're trying to reproduce, or maybe just send a message to the author. So let's go back to here. Make sure that all of the settings are fine, and then you just press on generate. When you use Stable Diffusion XL, make sure that you're using Stable Diffusion Variational Autoencoder Automatic or the one related to Stable Diffusion XL. I don't have it here in this case, in this platform. So I'm just going to use Automatic, which will get the Variational Autoencoder directly from the checkpoint, safe tensors in this case. Okay, and this is what we have generated. Now, if we want to move this into a shirt, obviously we need to change that. So what I did, I just went into Photoshop. For who doesn't have Photoshop, you have Photoshop within Stable Diffusion as well. Then I use this tool here, Magic Wand 2, and then I just press on the gray area. Then right click and select inverse, and I created a mask. And like that, you just get, you see, the full picture without the gray background, which is something that we don't want. Then you go into File, Export, Quick Export as PNG. Once you have downloaded the image, you can go into any website for printing the design into a t-shirt, for example. A very good website I know is WAG. So as you can see here, I just uploaded my picture in here, upload your designs, and then you can move the image as you want in the t-shirts, and then you can increase, decrease, and it looks pretty good to me. The second idea is a storybook. Now this can be for both an adult or a kid. It's really up to you. So what I will do, I will go into ChatGPT. Now you can use both ChatGPT 3.5 and ChatGPT 4. It depends on what version you have. ChatGPT 3.5 is completely fine, with the difference that you cannot generate images within the storybooks, but you can ask ChatGPT to generate some illustrations, descriptions for you. So, for example, I have asked ChatGPT 3.5, can you create a short kids storybook? And it's like, of course, here's short kids storybooks titled The Adventure of Sammy the Squirrel. And then it generated the storybook. Great, nice, but it doesn't really look like a storybook to me. So what I have added afterwards, can you divide it in chapters and add an illustration description for each? And then ChatGPT is saying, certainly, here's the title of the book divided into chapters with illustrations. So now you have the book divided into chapters. I don't know if this was needed because it's a very short book, but you can ask ChatGPT to have a longer book, a shorter book, a medium size book. It's really up to you. This is just an example, obviously. So it's going to divide it into chapter and it's going to give you a suggestion for the illustration for each chapter. Then you can copy and paste this text into an image generation tool like Stable Diffusion, for example, and generate the illustration. So once you have the illustration and the story, you can just print them. With ChatGPT 4 instead, I asked exactly the same question, and ChatGPT has generated for me the story divided into pages with the illustration. For the illustration, you can generate that as well within ChatGPT, so you don't need to use another tool. So, for example, in this case, I asked, can you create the illustration for page 6, which was flurry back in the sky, shining brightly over the town of Winterville. And then that's what it has generated for me. This is very nice. If you would like to have a more customized picture, something different, you would like to change something, you can generate that with Stable Diffusion as well. So the result between ChatGPT 3.5 and 4 is basically the same. You just need to, give some more information to the LLM in order to generate what you actually want. So in this case, for example, I have created a short kid storybook and I haven't given any information about it. But if you have any ideas, like, a subject you would like in the story, or you have already a story but you would like to improve that story in order to be printed, you can do that with ChatGPT. It's very easy and quick. Now the third gift is the coloring book. Also in this case, I found a very nice LoRa model in Civit AI, which is this coloring book Redmond. It's still from Redmond. It's the same guy I picked before for the t-shirt. I just realized that. Cool. So what you have to do, of course, you need to download this LoRa model and then you just copy the generation data and you paste it in here. Press this little button again. Make sure you have the LoRa, make sure you have the trigger word. Obviously, make sure you have the LoRa as well within your LoRa folder. In this case, I have them in here. Again, I'm using Stable Diffusion XL base. I'm using Automatic for the variational autoencoder. And then you can type wherever you want in here. Now we have Cute Lion, and it should generate what we had in the example exactly. But if you want to create a book, you can generate different animals, right? So you can just change this from Cute Lion to dog, for example, and press generate. Let's see if something different will come out. It came out before when I was trying it, so hopefully it will. And this is quite nice because you can create coloring books for kids, but you can also create coloring books with your image, for example, which will be entertaining, I think. You just need to take ControlNet using one of your images and using this LoRa model on top. I haven't tried it, but it could be interesting to try. Not sure if it works. Could work, could not. You know how it works with Stable Diffusion. Then we have Christmas cards. For Christmas cards, I found this one here. This is a LoRa model again, Christmas postcard style. There are some very nice ones. So for example, let's try this. So you copy again the generation data and then you paste it in here. Send it across. And then we press generate. I have an error. Let's change this to DPM to MSD cards because here is giving me this error because I don't have this sampler. So I'm gonna generate using a different sampling method. And I find this quite nice. Now, obviously, you can change this part of the prompt in order to describe something else in the image, like Santa Claus or Christmas bells and so on and so forth, and you will get different and nice results. So regarding Christmas card, I've also got a nice prompt from Rasputin Kaiser. So I would like to give kudos to him for this prompt. Now, I'm not gonna change much in here, actually, maybe just the seed. But with this prompt, we should be able to create a card, Christmas card, with a blank area where we can actually write something. Now, I haven't tried this before, but I can try and generate now. And as you can see, this is really Christmassy, and you have this blank area when you can write a personal message to your friend or family. He was also recommending to use Leonardo AI for generating Christmas cards. Again, this is the prompt he created with the negative prompt as well. And then you just need to press generate for generating nice Christmas card. And as you can see, like this style or this style as well, they're very unique and I find them very, very nice. Look at this one as well. So Leonardo AI, it's a pretty cool platform where you can generate AI art. You have tokens. So when you first sign up, you get 160, 150 or something like that tokens. And each generation costs between 15 to 30 tokens, I think. In this case, I'm generating 4 pictures and it costs 20 tokens. Once you finish your tokens, you need to buy them again. It doesn't have as many customized options as Stable Diffusion, of course. But if you want something quick and you are not very familiar with Stable Diffusion, you can use also this platform. It's quite good. Then, last but not least, wrapping papers. I find Stable Diffusion a little bit limited on this, just because, I don't know, I haven't been able to get very good results. So I'm going to change my prompt to something very simple. And then I'm going to tick this tiling, because obviously we want the image to be tiled on both sides. And you press generate. If you don't have this tiling option in here, you can go into settings, and then you go down, show all pages, and then you search for quick settings here, and then you add tiling into here. Then obviously you need to apply settings and reload UI. Okay, let's go back here. Yeah, this is not amazing, I agree. But you can change your prompt, you can generate something obviously nicer, even maybe using a different model or a different LoRa model to generate, Santa Claus or Christmas bells or whatever. And then the only thing you need to do is to press on this tiling. What I really like instead for generating wrapping papers is MidJourney. So I'm going to show you, this is my MidJourney, and I just type Christmas wrapping paper design, reindeers, cartoons, and then tile. You need to activate this option in order to have, again, tiled image on all of the sides. These are very nice. I wanted something with white background, but more plain. So Christmas wrapping paper design, very simple. So you get something like this, which is still nice, I think. If you want something not completely related to Christmas, you can have wrapping paper design for kids, colorful, cartoonized, tile again, and you get some very nice one. I really love this one. And that's it for today. So if you have other Christmas ideas, please share them. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this was useful, and see you in the next video. Bye.